because race on them, and they're just gonna either ask you to turn them in, get them destroyed, or it's bullshit.
And you know what's even more funny is the wording in that law there, or that rule that they're doing. Even without a brace or anything on it, just the buffer tube is considered a SBR just because it has the buffer tube coming off the back of it.
Yep.
That's fucking retarded.
Wait, so I can't take my brace off?
Nope.
No.
It's still an SBR?
Yeah, we'd have to take everything off the back.
I just buy some 16-inch barrels. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and put your your less than 16-inch barrels in a pit somewhere. Cover it up.
Yeah, just take that off, slap a 16-inch upper, and put the short one in safe queen until all this shit's over with and overturned.
What if they just never leave the house? Like, what reason would they have to like come to the house? And you know what I mean? Like, if you never fucking like take it out, and you never try to do anything with it, and you never have like pictures on social media, and you never try to register it, are they just going to come to everybody's house?
No.
They can't do that. They don't have the manpower. They would have to get local PD and sheriff's department involved, and I'm sure that's a nightmare in itself. And I just wouldn't. I would hide it, not make a fuss about it, and
how many PDs already said they're not going to fucking enforce it? They're not going to help the ATF with it. So,
how many law enforcement people are in the United States? Like total?
A couple 100,000.
Is it over 1 million? I think it might be 1 million.
It might be. We do also have all those IRS agents, that are probably going to switch over to the ATF.
If they technically called in all military from overseas right now and everything, they could actually hold down like 8 states respectively, at least major cities in 8 states anyway, for an extended period of time, but that's it.
And if they try to do that, that would start, quote unquote, either revolution or a civil war.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Red Dawn, where like the dudes are in the back of the truck and they try to like jump over the fucking city line, and all the Chinese dudes chase them or whatever. I guess it was Russian dudes.
Yeah.
It sucks out in the new one. They're like, oh, we can't have China as the bad guy, so we're gonna make it North fucking Korea. Like, that makes sense. Sorry, I'm eating right now. Like, I've been sleeping all fucking day, dude.
So about.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking tired, and I don't know why. I woke up at like 9 o'clock this morning, like did some stuff, slept till noon. Kids came over, woke up, went and got some lunch, hung out, slept till I think it was 7. Like, goddamn, dude. It'll be like up all night maybe now. Slept too much today.
I've been feeling like shit for a couple days, so yeah, I've been sleeping my ass off.
It might be the cold fronts and stuff like that, depending on state.
No, I worked a whole bunch of days in a row, and I had that family vacation, and I slept for shit every fucking night of that for reasons. Mm-hmm. And yeah, dude, I've just been back to it and fucking working ever since. And yeah, my niece was all sick. She caught RSV.
Oh yeah, RSV. Yeah.
So no, everybody has that shit but me. Funny how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So, what else is Yankee wrong about?
9/11.
Damn it, you had to bring it up, didn't you? Damn you.
I did.
I guess I meant in respect to the ATF ruling or whatever.
Oh, that they're not going to do anything. Once they have your list, you're on the list, right? You just fucking gave yourself up.
Yeah, and you sent in pictures and everything of your firearms, so they got evidence and proof against you, and
fingerprints, fucking
your address.
Okay, so when they did the '86 ban, right, the machine gun ban, at some point, and I'm not old enough to remember this shit. I just know of it. There was an amnesty that went along for people who had in their possession some sort of machine gun, and then they could go and pay the $200 and get it registered, no questions asked. And everyone was like, back then, they were all like, oh, it's a trap. It's a trap. And it ended up not being a trap. It was 100% legit. You guys know about that?
Yeah.
That was back before all this nonsensical idiots that are in fucking ATF now and government.
Wasn't
that
that
was
more of
before
like a
they wanted to
grandfather
make you a
clause?
felon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be more like the grandfather clauses that they've done in other AWBs and stuff like that in states and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that would not be what this is, though. This is just a straight up confiscation list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I've been saying since it started going down, it's a trap.
Where the
Got
fuck
me
is
kicked.
Matt at? Did Matt fall into a trap?
No, he did a chat today.
Did he?
Yeah, he was on
Yeah.
earlier, yeah.
Yeah, he did a trigger time like early today. Early for him, anyways. I missed it because I didn't even know he was doing one.
Like I said, I've been sleeping all fucking day, dude. Oh, good. Like I fucking needed it, but and now I'm eating dinner, so forgive me if I'm not talking very much right now, and I appreciate you guys holding the conversation about how Yankees wrong about 9/11 and other things.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with this shit, bro. Like, I have a feeling anyone who falls for it is just screwing themselves over.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the catalyst that's going to spark something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Right now, it's more conjecture than anything, but I don't see any good coming out of all this bullshit.
I don't see anybody doing shit like you're talking about. Like no one's popping off because of this. No one's gonna maybe like a couple people, but it's not gonna make a fucking lick of difference. The only thing that's gonna happen is if they go door to door or whatever, people might defend their homes
Mm-hmm.
and then get killed and maybe take,
No,
maybe you can talk about this shit on YouTube, actually, now that I think about it.
honestly, I foresee, people trying to comply because, we are law-abiding citizens, and it's just going to be one more notch in their belt for taking our rights away. They're just fucking chipping away at everything.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful. I don't know.
Illinois wants me to register my guns, but I'm not.
Right, and then because you're like you don't trust the government, which I'm not saying you should. Now, like if something happens later in the future, like you and the wife get in a fight, the neighbors call the police, whatever it is, now they come into your house and they find something. Oh, you're a criminal now.
Yep.
Even though you didn't do anything. And that's exactly what they want.
Yep.
Another thing I don't get too is technically you're not supposed to put a 16-inch barrel on something that's already like when you purchased it as a pistol.
No, you
as far as
can't.
what I understand.
No, you can.
You can.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I mean,
so I could put a 16-inch barrel on my Glock and then run my little Roni thing.
do they make 16-inch Glock barrels?
Oh,
They
fuck
do.
yeah, dude.
Yes, they do.
Do they work in a Glock? Because it seems like that would throw the balance of everything off,
There was
It's
a
a little
video I
weird.
saw years ago where they were talking to some British people that were at a competition shooting, how, restrictive they are what they're allowed to have there. And one of them was they pulled out and it was a fucking 16-inch barrel in their Glock and they had to have it, And then I think like their 22s was the only rifle caliber that they were able to, but they had to turn it into basically a bolt action AR 22.
Damn.
It's fucking retarded.
Wow.
I bet the price of 16-inch barrels is about to go up.
Probably.
Yeah.
Get him now, boys.
I mean, for a guy who like doesn't want to comply, but also doesn't want to get in trouble, and also doesn't want to be on a list, and also doesn't want to put his shit at risk by being like, "Oh, let me tell you what I have and get a tax stamp or whatever." I think that's the answer then, yeah, because you can't even take the pistol brace off
Right.
because you're like, "Nope, you can't have that."
Yeah, because the tube is an extension of the receiver, so they consider it still an SBR, whether it has a brace on it or not.
Yeah.
Which is dumb because they obviously don't understand how an AR-15 works. It kind of requires that unless you have like your SIG MCX or Descent or some of the other ones that have the internal buffer spring.
Yeah, I mean that's every AR pistol that's ever been sold now. Then
Yeah.
every single one, regardless if it had a fucking stabilizing brace or not. And it used to be that was completely fine to buy a pistol. It just didn't have a stable brace. It just had the tube hanging out, and you put that little piece of foam on it or whatever, and maybe like a fucking tennis ball on the end.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was that considered to be like, oh, you're trying to shoulder that with that tennis ball? Like,
dude, you could shoulder that AR without a stock on it, anyways. Like, just the buffer tube. Like, it doesn't.
That's why they're making it illegal. That's exactly why they're making it illegal.
Yeah.
Daniel dropped in $2 and said, GOA said could take it off as long as it's smooth tube. So if it's the smooth tube,
so as long as you don't put a no padding on it, like a little rubber foam around it. Yeah, because that's what I read too. That's what I read too. Because it seemed like it read more like that, what GOA said. Like, if you take the brace off, it's fine. But as soon as you add, like, little padding around the tube, then it's not okay.
Well, and then Colorado's, like, going all fucking ham because we had some, like, trans club shooting. And they're like, oh, we got to protect the trans people. Fuck you, gun owners, you know? And they're 100% going to pass like everything that they're talking about because it's controlled by Democrats. It's like state house, state senate, governor. All three of them are Democrat as fuck. The governor says that he's fucking libertarian, but I think he's libertarian when it comes to drugs, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, we're fucked. Like, Colorado's fucked as far as that shit goes. I mean, we've already got like more rules than most states. It's just going to be like California Junior, you know, like mountainy California is what we're going to be.
Right.
Then you got that shooting that just happened in California. What was it, yesterday or today?
It was last night for the Lunar New Year.
Yeah.
Not the Lunar New Year.
Dude just went into like a club or something and just started. Or was it a club? It was a dance club, right? And
I'm not sure.
Shot up the whole fucking place.
Of course, you had all the politicians try to blame it on white supremacy again, even though it was an Asian guy.
Dude, I hate how every time there's like a shooting, you know, like there's a mass murderer who goes around with a gun, killing people with a gun, because it's not really a shooting, really. Like what we do on the weekend is shooting. Fucking, they say like, oh, this was the 300th mass shooting this year, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, there's a distinct difference between what a mass shooting is, what people think of when they think of mass shooting, and like gang violence. There's a huge difference between, you know, some guy shows up to a mall and starts taking people out, or a school and doing that, and like a drug deal gone bad. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they consider both of those things to be a mass shooting. They try to expand the umbrella of what the definition of a mass shooting is. That way they can pump up those numbers and make it sound worse. So when it's time to fucking pass something, they're like, well, there's been 600 this year. Like, fuck you.
That's like that story we talked about a while back where that guy was in the parking lot of a school and I don't remember the specifics, but basically a round went off, and they called that a school shooting. I believe it was just one shot, but they called it. No one got hurt, but it was a school shooting.
It was a negligible discharge or negligent discharge.
Yeah, but they still labeled it as a school shooting.
That's dumb.
Okay, so they're saying the tube is fine. They're talking about if it has position notches and stuff like that. So you got to have the smooth tube with no ability to put one of those. Like you can't have like the cack brace tube because there's a tube that goes with the cack brace. You just have to get the smooth ass nothing to it tube.
So it's basically like when they first started coming out with them before they ever designed the pistol braces and everything.
Yeah.
It was just a smooth bore
Just
tube.
a regular tube, yeah.
What's funny is you can put a cack brace on a smooth tube. Just crank that bitch down.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yep.
You see the Odinworks fucking tube that they came out with? It's like has a point at the end. Comes down to a point, like it tapers down.
No.
It doubles as a bayonet, basically.
That'll hurt.
Oh yeah, 100%.
What's the point?
I can't say you're shouldering it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking
That
it up.
was kind of like a.
That'd be impossible for them to say, "Oh, you're trying to shoulder that." In what world?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the one that comes to a point.
Oh, it was on SHOT Show. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's probably not released yet. Yeah, it was SHOT Show.
Does anyone care about SHOT Show anymore?
Not really.
Like, is the industry coming out with like anything that's like new and innovative to the point where you're like, oh, bro, I really want to see that, the prototype of that? Like, no, dude, no one cares.
Well, that one is still kind of intriguing me just because I want to know how it will function. Is that zinc pistol, revolver, whatever the fuck you want to call it? That break top one.
Oh, the one that's going to cost $7,000 fucking dollars and you'll never ever be able to afford your entire life, and only people like Yankee will fucking buy. Like, you could afford it, I guess, if you sell half your shit. You know?
Is that what they're projecting the price will be?
No, I'm just assuming that it's going to be expensive as fuck. Just look at it.
Yeah, because they didn't have a prototype at SHOT Show, but they did have like a 3D print copy of it. But you know, they just had it for a visualization because it had broke, so they couldn't actually, you know, see how it opened and closed and everything. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't foresee it coming to fruition. If it does, it's probably going to end up being like the Hudson H9 or something, you know.
I put the link in there for you, Matt. Mark, the
Honda, whatever the fuck the name is.
I'm just gonna call you Mad because you're mad.
Yeah. Fucking.
We're all mad at the ATF, you know. Or I mean the AFT or whatever the fuck you want to call them.
What the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, it's at 514, 515.
All right.
First configuration is 5 1/4 inches. Is all that you're adding to.
Dude, that guy has eaten a lot of food. Holy fuck!
Very nice. Well, that's some cool stuff.
Like both of them have, but especially that guy left, man. Jesus.
That's
Way
illegal now.
Way to fat shame.
I'm just saying, it's called a salad.
Oh my god!
It's called a fucking.
I don't think just eating salads work, Mad.
Damn it, man.
They help. I bet that guy hasn't seen a salad in a while. Not one that went in his mouth anymore.
I can't help but notice with everything on the table here, though, that we got this thing over here. Yeah. Now.
And what's up with the guy's '90s fucking T-shirt? Do you see that shit?
Yeah.
Straight out of like 1993 or something.
That looks like something you would have seen on
It's a
Double
retro.
Dare.
It's a retro design.
Just saying. Those colors and everything, yeah, dude, that's totally like.
Yeah,
90s.
it's like those old what are those jackets with the pink and the purple and the green teal color?
Yeah, I remember those from the 80s.
Just have like weird shapes on them for some reason. Like
Yeah.
something. Okay.
I can't comment on this, or my boss is gonna get really mad at me. But can you kind of walk me through what we have going on?
Oh, sure. So, as everyone knows, last Friday ATF announced, with great timing, right before SHOT Show, that buffer tubes basically are going to make any AR-15 a SBR. So, one of their rules covered surface area. So, if the buffer tube has surface area on the end of the buffer tube, then it's an SBR, right? Yeah. So, if it comes to a point, our point is there's no surface area. So if you want a pistol, if you want a pistol AR-15, you're gonna have to get creative and do something like this. So we actually spun this up last weekend before we came here. And
yeah, I was gonna say they fucking made that shit right before they came out.
Yeah.
Stickers on it, and they're like, "Look at what we made," because the ATF said you can't. And then I ate a bunch of biscuits and gravy with them eggs and sausages. Oh boy, it felt so good.
here it
That's
is.
called get to the point.
What are we calling this?
We call it the AY.
It's so new, I don't even remember the name of it. Let me wipe this gravy off my cheek here. Hold on.
It's get to the point butt plug.
Yeah, that thing does look like a butt plug. You're right.
You ain't doing no tactical fucking range time with that shit either.
Like, that's the gun you give to your friend in the dark. Here, shoot this.
Right, just put it up to your shoulder and you'll be fine.
Yeah, with a 350 Legend or a fucking 450 Bushmaster.
Yeah, like 50 Beowulf. Here you go. My 50 Beowulf pistol in the dark. Friends shoot 50 Beowulf in the dark. That's a pseudo movie reference. If you don't get it, I don't like you anymore. Okay, apparently I don't like any of you.
I didn't even hear you.
It's from fucking Billy Madison when they're dancing and they're like, friends listen to Forever Love in the Dark.
Oh.
Oh wait, Happy Gilmore, excuse me. I always get the names confused. Happy Gilmore. Fat guy who works for the AFT. Yep, that's a double dildo. There you go. The guy bought Jenko's complaining about the 90s t-shirt. Hey, man, you can take what you like and leave what you don't. That's what I say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So what the fuck, man? What else has been going on? You guys got any news things to talk about? Any crazy life stories? Did you hear my life story of last night, dude? That shit was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
About the lady in the car accident, and she was screaming, "No, no, 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 no!" Like at the top of, I can't even. My hair was standing up on the back of my neck, bro. And then they shut the fucking door to the ambulance. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to her.
Yeah.
But
she's an NPC, non-player character.
What's that?
Non-player character.
Yeah. Oh, Smoke says, heard that story 5 times, SpongeBob. Stop talking about it. Fucking faggot. Oh, wait. Patrick doesn't say that. Patrick Starr, how dare you say that word? See, in the 90s, that would have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what's happened the last couple of days. I've kind of stayed off social media and internet and everything just because, hell, half the time I can't see because my vision keeps blurring. I keep having what's called an aura headache where everything just like fucking starburst out and I can't see.
Ouch.
Jesus.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
It's just my little friend thumping around upstairs.
Are you going to go see the specialist soon or whatever?
Yeah, I got to call tomorrow and make an appointment.
Dude, getting in with those specialists is always such a bitch. It's like, okay, I don't know what's going on and I need help right now. Okay, how does 3 weeks from next Tuesday sound? Like, fuck you.
Exactly. especially when I got to go see a neurologist / neurosurgeon.
Yeah, you gotta see them first before you actually even see a specialist.
Old man Butt Wrinkle says, I've been in the ER when people were brought in after a car wreck. They usually have TBI. What is that?
TBI is
Traumatic
brain injury.
Yeah.
A traumatic brain injury, and don't understand that people are trying to help them. I don't know, man. That shit was just blood curdling. And like it almost sounded like she wasn't the one who was hurt. It was like someone else in the car, but I couldn't see what happened. You know what I mean? And then like you could definitely tell that she was in the ambulance. They shut the door because as soon as they shut the door, you couldn't hear shit anymore.
It could have been something simple as, she had like a compound fracture or something, was in a lot of pain. They were trying to reset it or brace it or something, because that shit's very painful.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could have been then. There's multiple reasons. I've seen a lot of shit at crash sites.
What's the most pain you guys have ever been in? Like car accident, football injury, surgery?
Having my kneecap go to the back of my leg. That was fun.
How the fuck did you do that?
Playing football.
Yeah. To a ligament in my ankle and my knee. My ACL.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Is MCL, ACL, like I couldn't walk for like 6 months. It was bad.
Dude, I had tore my ACL, and that shit hurt, right? And I would have said at the time that it's like an 8 out of 10 on pain when it happened. Like I felt momentary pain that was more, but it's consistently an 8 out of 10, constantly just 8 out of 10. Every step I take, 8 out of 10, And then I had knee surgery. And the knee surgery, I don't know if they still do it the same way, but they used to put a pain pump needle into your knee directly where the surgery happened. The tip of the needle is like pointed at where it hurts,
Mm-hmm.
And when I was waking up from the anesthesia, I don't know if the room was cold or what, but I started like shivering like violently, and the fucking needle like shook out of my fucking knee.
Ooh.
And when it comes out, they can't put it back in because you could be like introducing fucking like 4-inch, like stab it into your knee, you can get like an infection inside of there, and now you have to amputate your leg. Like, sorry, you don't get the pain pump.
Damn.
And then I had to come up with a whole new pain scale because Vicodin and Percocet and all those things and me do not get along with one another. We are not fans of each other. And I spent, I don't know, like 6-8 weeks of like the initial healing where it hurt so bad that most people get morphine and all kinds of stuff with Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Damn.
Fuck that.
But
for me, I think the worst.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, man.
I was going to say that the doctor said that because of that, I healed more quickly than other people usually do, though. Because what happens is when you're on the pain medication, you end up stepping on it wrong. You end up doing something wrong, and like your body just isn't healing as quickly anyway because you're on all the drugs.
Mm-hmm. Because that pain medicine tricks your brain into thinking that you're not hurting, so you try to overdo it too soon, and therefore you risk injuring yourself even more. That could prolong the healing process.
Yeah, that's why I got off the pain pills after like a week. I was like, yeah, I don't trust this shit.
But for me, I think the worst pain, honestly, because like your leg or your arm or whatever, usually you can kind of get away from that pain, so to speak. Do something, watch TV or get into a movie or a book or something. You take your mind off that pain. But when it's in your fucking head, you cannot get away from it at all.
I kind of agree with that. I've had migraines. Yeah.
Like migraines. Like I've had for a couple of days where my head just feels like I'm gonna have like a spontaneous craniotomy. And stuff like that, you can't get away because it's your fucking head.
Right.
To me, that's the worst pain.
And it's just like constantly throbbing and
like toothache, earache, where it feels like you can feel your fucking pulse inside your eardrums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pain like that is, to me, the worst because you can't do nothing to distract yourself from it.
I agree, but the knee pain was worse, right? Because I had an abscess tooth and like dealt with it for weeks until I could finally get it taken care of. And like you just be sitting in bed, like not sleeping, just like your fucking heart pounding in your tooth.
Yeah.
But my knee felt like someone propped my knee up on a fucking log, took a 12-pound sledgehammer, hit it right on the kneecap, full swing, and then gave me some Tylenol. That's what it felt like.
Damn.
Ow.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. But
And knees definitely don't feel good. I'll tell you that. It's probably one of the immediately worst pains I've ever felt.
We all have our crosses to bear at some point or another. There's going to be something, and even if you've like lived a charmed life, right? Like up to this point, mom and dad are still around. Little sister's really cool. Everybody's happy and healthy. Never had a fucking cavity. Never been in a dude. Tragedy is on the fucking horizon. Whether you know it or not, whether you accept it or not, whether you're ready for it or not. There's something in life that's coming along, and it's going to hit you in the fucking dick. And it's going to fucking hurt.
Yeah.
And so you should probably be ready for that kind of thing, because if you're not, it's going to be that much worse, And it sucks walking around through life being like, well, something's going to come around and hit me in the dick at any moment, so I better be ready for it. But at the same time, like, something is going to come around and hit you in the dick, figuratively speaking. And if you're not ready for it, then you're going to be fucked. So get fucking ready, man. And fuck happiness.
Yeah, but you also can't, live your life in fear either. You got to fucking, always, prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. So
I agree with that, and I'm not saying you shouldn't. And I think, honestly, when you have that kind of mentality and things are not hitting you in the dick currently, it makes you appreciate that a little bit more. It's like when you like, hit your fucking hand or something, and your thumb fucking hurts, and every time you like try to like use a pen or whatever, and your thumb fucking hurts, you're like, God damn it! Like, I never even thought about using a pen before. And then your thumb stops hurting, and you're like, oh yeah, I can write now. Like booyah. You kind of have like the other side of it. Stone cold, baby.
no, I totally get what you're saying. It's like, after I got diagnosed with a brain tumor, I could have let that shit fucking just, waller in my, sadness and freak out and everything, but I haven't let it affect who I am. I just keep on keeping on.
I don't know if I could do that, dude. That shit's crazy. You're a strong man.
Stronger than me. Stronger man than I.
I don't know.
That's why I make fun of it too, because for a while I would drive my wife crazy. Because after I got diagnosed, I told her, you just call me Mr. Tumor. And then when Ebola hit Dallas years ago, I was laughing and joking to her, telling her, if I caught Ebola, you could just call me Mr. Ebola Tumor. She's like, shut the fuck up. I guess that's just me processing it, making light of it.
Yeah.
Yankee's still going. He's arguing with his motherfucker. Let's spy. You guys feel like spying?
Yeah, let's do it.
Just another gun. You still pull the trigger once, fires once. Pull the trigger once, it fires once. Doesn't change that. You're changing from a bullet button to a mag release changes how the gun operates. It actually completely negates the use of the tool.
Okay.
That's not legal. If you put a regular mag release on, now an assault rifle.
Explain to me why my buddy's HK91 with a regular mag release is fine, but the Daniel defense sitting next to it needs a bullet button. Explain that. They're both on the same California assault weapons registry. What I'm telling you is California, the Department of Justice.
I don't understand that question because we've already established
created a new class
The guy sounds like HBO Matt.
of assault weapons to ban California gun. And if you think that
God, I can't watch this. How are so many people watching this shit? Look, got 276 people watching this shit show.
They like the mental torture.
I mean, like having an argument and having like a discussion about something that you don't agree on is great. I love that. But you have to be able to let someone speak, and you have to be able to listen when someone else is speaking and understand what they're saying if you're going to have an effective debate, in my opinion. Because otherwise, you're not doing the audience any favors at all. What you're doing is like grandstanding and showing how everybody how good of an arguer you are and how good you are at like these like fucking ambush tactics when it comes to having a discussion, rather than getting to the meat, to the core, to the steel man argument, to the bottom of what people are trying to say and understanding it so that you can actually create a effective argument against it. And then arming the audience with that, so when they go to their fucking family dinner or whatever, like they know what the fuck they're talking about and can actually fucking have something to say about it. But no!
Later, Terry. You be safe. Terry made a comment about the pain, and she goes, sciatic nerve is real bad, which I've had sciatic pain. It does hurt real bad. She said, or hitting a tree on a motorcycle. Actually, I'd have to say hitting a tree. I would say, yeah, that's pretty fucking painful.
Yeah.
Depends on what you break when you hit the tree.
She fucked up her leg real bad.
Yeah, I know. Ghost Shadow says, they walked away from computer and left it on. What do you mean? Yankee and him walked away from the computer and left it on? I'm confused. I don't know, man, but like that whole like 9/11 discussion thing that we had, it's like, okay, so every point that I make, you're just going to fucking be like, you're wrong about this, and I'm not going to tell you why. You're wrong about that, I'm not going to tell you why. Show me your facts about this. Oh, your facts don't say what you say. They say something else, and I know what it says, even though it doesn't say that, and I'm going to assume that's what it says because I'm the Yankee. Like, dude, there's no having an argument with him. Not for me. Like, I'll have him on the chat. We can talk. We can have, but slap the Yank? Fuck that shit. That shit's a trap. That's like
we didn't actually really have an argument when I talked to him. We actually more had a conversation like we do here. So that was more pleasant than watching that debacle that we were just watching.
All I'm saying is it's like the ATF being like, hey, guy, come get your pistol brace SBR tax stamp for free.
Mm-hmm.
Free. And I don't know, man. Maybe they're telling the truth. Who fucking knows? Maybe they won't, like, instantly go after everybody because they go beyond the 88 days that they have, even though that's the way the rules are written, even though that's what the fucking ATF agents said they were going to do. Like,
the GOA lawyer guy, he went up to the ATF booth and like a bunch of them said they would take enforcement action. When
Right. So, fuck the ATF. I'm not dealing with that shit. If I have to buy a buffer tube or a barrel, okay, I guess I have to buy a buffer tube or a barrel. Here's the thing, dude. This is not going to be the hill that people are willing to die on, even though it's a way bigger deal than the bump stock ban, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The bump stock ban, basically nobody had one, right? And the people who didn't think that it was some tactical thing that they could use or that they really wanted to. It was just a toy, right? It was just like a way to turn a gun into like kind of a machine gun like thing and waste a whole bunch of bullets. And they weren't very accurate with it, or maybe they were if they practiced a whole lot. But think about how many rounds you have to fucking put through a gun with a bump stock till you're good at it. Like, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Aren't those legal now, though, again?
Yeah. Those are becoming legal again. The one thing that is really sad for me with the whole brace thing is all the handicap and veterans out there that actually use that as they're made.
I brought that up to Yankee, and he goes, "How many disabled veterans do you know that actually use that as a stabilizing brace?" The answer is none, because they don't. I'm like, okay, you think what you want.
Well, that's kind of the point, though. Like, oh, so just because you don't know anybody, and just because I don't know anybody, doesn't mean that nobody's out there. So you're willing to infringe on the rights of people. You're okay with the government infringing on people's rights who you don't know merely because they're a slim minority. Well, that's some great thinking right there, man. There's a hole in that fucking logic if you fucking take it down to its core. And I don't know, like he does these simplistic argument type tactics where it's like, well, it doesn't matter about this factor or that factor. It's only the factors that I am concentrating on, that I'm bringing forward, that I'm looking at. And if it's not one of these, which are the only ones that I care about and that I think are relevant, then it doesn't matter. But that's not true. And you have to be open-minded enough to look outside of your own narrow point of view and see what other people are trying to say. And that's another thing about arguing with Yankee that I fucking hate, is that is impossible.
I don't know. He just come off very anti-gun to me, unless it's a revolver.
Yeah.
If it's not a revolver, nobody needs it. That's it. And he doesn't want to admit that. But anybody that watches him can tell if it's not a revolver, you don't need it.
Well, and he used to be like very elitist when it came to firearms ownership, as in like, there's a ton of people out there who don't deserve to have a gun because we wouldn't be able to trust them with a gun. And therefore, and it took years of Matt talking to him and convincing him basically that he's wrong about that for him to fucking change his point of view, you know?
Because he's very anti-gun.
Well, he thinks he's right all the time too. That's the fucking worst part. Like, do I walk around thinking I'm right about everything? No. And therefore, I'm like open to changing my mind about things, and I think you guys are too. That's like a generally human thing to do. When you think you're right about everything and you assume everyone else is wrong, I mean, first of all, that's Dunning-Kruger in effect. Like, Dunning-Kruger basically states the more you know about something, the less of an expert you feel like, and the less of an expert you consider yourself, because there's things about it that you didn't even know that you didn't know. Now you're learning that you don't know them, so you feel like you don't know shit, versus someone who doesn't know shit about the thing, looks at it, simplifies it, says, oh, that's simple, I know how that works, and assumes that they are an expert. So it's just showing your own fucking ignorance about something the more that you are certain about something, in my opinion. Dude has SBRs and suppressors. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the current.
He's a government yes man. Of course, he's going to be approved for SBRs and the suppressors. He probably doesn't even have to wait. He's a fucking government yes man. So
he knows Ray Epps personally.
Goes and has coffee and tea with him on a regular basis.
Definitely tea, because
right,
England.
Yeah.
Is someone watching a fucking Bruce Lee movie? What was that?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Men accused of selling drugs to Longmont students, trading guns for sex with girls.
Drugs. The guns.
Yank must get a lot of Kool-Aid at home. I don't know, man. Maybe it's like when you're a very strong personality person, which I think Yankee is, right? And you deal with normies on a normal basis who don't know shit, and you walk around, you're the authority because you have that fucking attitude, you have that air about you. You happen to know a thing or two about what you're talking about within a narrow subject matter or whatever. then yeah, you can develop this personality that's like, oh, if I'm right about that, I'm right about everything. And I've seen this with like, and we can't talk about this shit in depth because I will get another strike. But the jibby jab, right? People who got the jibby jab, and they think that they're a fucking doctor or some shit now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, dude. I don't listen to anybody.
Hell, you can't even listen to actual doctors because they're fucking bought and paid for.
Canada's really killed 30,000 people since they've chosen to implement the euthanasia program.
Jeez.
That's a lot of people, dude. Like, how many American soldiers died during Vietnam?
A lot. Countless.
No, it was like 60,000. It was not countless. It was definitely
60,000 is a lot. That's enough to be fucking bullshit.
60,000, yes. But it was also in 10 years. So that's an average of like 6,000 dudes a year, which, again, that's not nothing. But how long has fucking Canada had their euthanasia program?
Not even a year, right?
Yeah, it's been like a year. Like a year. I don't know if it's less, more, about, I'm not sure. But something like a year.
That is actually pretty bad that they're at 30K.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. And they've expanded it to people who have depression. So if you just have depression and you're just like, well, I think I might kill myself because I'm depressed. It's like, dude, there's things you can do to change your life. There's drugs that you can take to improve your attitude. There's things that you're probably not doing that you should be doing. And if you fix all of those things in your life, you probably won't be depressed. Right. And you probably won't want to kill yourself because that's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. But when the government facilitates it and pushes people towards it and encourages people to do it, I mean, I guess that's what you get with social fucking medicine, right? It's like, well, it costs us less to just kill little Johnny than it does to give him his pills and actually figure out what's wrong with him.
Well, that's like just like the soldiers that come back with PTSD. They're like, oh, we'll help you end your life.
Here, listen to this. This made me laugh.
Person just came into the bar and said, hey, what are your pronouns? You kind of look like a they, them. And I hated that they were right.
You don't say. Huh.
You can't win for losing with these fucking people, dude. I swear.
No.
What would have made that person think that? Can't figure it out.
It might be the 3 piercings on the nostrils, you know? I don't know.
Oh, this was funny too. From PETA. Next time you think of eating a chicken, remember that they had a family just like you. And this guy goes, this is why I order a family bucket at KFC. No one is left behind.
Yeah, I saw that. That's great.
Behind.
Get that whole family in that bucket.
I stand behind Alec Baldwin. What a fucking dumb bitch.
No, think about it.
No, I stand behind.
Oh, okay. I get it now. That's actually great. That's great.
I would stand behind him too if he was.
Yeah, I don't want to be in front of him.
Yeah.
What does everyone think? Do y'all think that he's actually gonna face any liability for that?
Yeah.
Or is it all gonna get dumped on the armorer?
Yep, all gonna get dumped on the armorer.
Well, he did get charged officially, yes.
No, he gonna do some time.
These scare stories about what.
God damn it! They're still. How are they still going? Yank, you're ruining my show. You bastard!
Where's the add into it?
Your eyes are too close together. It bothers me.
Isn't that supposed to be like a sign of like fetal alcohol syndrome?
Yankee, your mother drank too much while she was pregnant with you.
I'm not saying that. I'm just asking a question.
She probably dropped you on your head.
More than once.
Shot you in the head with a 22. And you have 2 pain strokes now. Who's
That makes
whispering?
you wonder. There might have been a reason
My
why
bad.
she shot him with a 22.
You're fine.
Oh shit!
He's trying to whisper sweet nothings into your ear.
What's that one rap song where all they do is whisper like
The Whisper Song? That's literally the name of it, the Whisper Song.
Oh my god.
Yang Twins.
Yep.
Do they have anything else that they came out with that people would know?
To the window, to the wall.
To the
That's
wall.
The sweat rolls down my balls, makes all the females crawl.
Oh, ski, motherfucker. Oh, ski,
Goddamn.
They wrote a song about
Oh, man.
they wrote a song about jizzing. Got it.
Hey,
High quality.
Females protein, you know? You gotta feed them bitches.
Something about Mary hair gel, you know. The whole point of having an armor on a movie set is to have someone you can blame if something goes terribly, something stupid. Yeah, that makes sense. He still held the gun.
Yep. And the armorer swears there was no live ammunition on set, so I kind of suspect that Alec Baldwin loaded that bitch.
Well, that stupid armor, that was technically her second job, and the only reason she got it was because of her daddy. That bitch was so fucking inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
I so believe that she was incompetent enough to not realize that there was a live fucking round in there, because they said they took it shooting the day before.
Well, there was also other negligence charges on the set, like days before that and a couple weeks before that.
Yeah, because there was people leaving the set because they felt it was unsafe.
Jeez, so she didn't know the difference between a blank and a fucking live round?
When the cops actually searched the, because it was a van that all the weapons were in, and by the way, 9 people had access to that van for keys, and they found live ammunition in the van and blanks.
Wow.
And they found another live round in Alec Baldwin's belt.
Yep, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dead Horse makes a good point.
Why does the guy on your screen look like he is the Antifa final boss?
Because he is. He tried to join Antifa. He's all that shit. Fucking
That's fucking funny.
He just screams, "I'm an ally!" as he throws things at you. I'm an ally! Dude, my neighbors are gonna hate me. Like, why is he screaming that he's an ally in some weird fucking goddamn accent that I can't put my finger on? It sounds West Virginian or something.
Yeah. Why are you trying to fight me? I'm an ally.
Bro, did you see this shit?
Oh, God.
This guy has no clue. He's an Uber driver. Finger on the trigger. For what?
That makes me sick to my stomach.
Terrible.
Like, this guy has no clue how close he is to getting fucking gatted right now.
And they drunk.
Oh, yeah, they're drunk as fuck. That's why she's doing it.
Well, they won't be doing that anytime soon now.
No.
I wonder what the charge would be. Just reckless endangerment or whatever.
Brandishing?
Yeah, brandishing a firearm.
And yeah, reckless endangerment.
Yeah, there'd be several.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
attempted. What is it called? Attempted. Fuck.
Well, it wouldn't be attempted.
No. I can't remember the fucking term.
Attempted homicide.
No, where you don't mean to kill someone. What is that called?
Unintentional homicide.
Yeah, attempted attempted unattempted or whatever the fuck.
Unintentional.
Yeah, attempted unintentional homicide.
Attempted unattemptable. Tempting of temptresses. With tinnitus.
I think that was the word you was looking for, manslaughter.
Yeah.
I like this. Conservatives, FBI, CIA. We can reform them. Libertarians. Oh, no, you don't. Fuck that, dude. The ATF does not deserve to exist after the things that they've done. In my lifetime, in our lifetime, what has it been? It's been Fast and Furious. It's been potentially things with Sandy Hook and other fucking like high profile mass shootings. Who's to say? Not me. I can't fucking say one way or another what their role was in that. However, was there a role? I think so. You've got, Waco, Texas with the Branch Davidians and all that stuff. You've got Ruby Ridge, Oklahoma City bombing. They were involved with that to some level, to some extent. Like, these guys have had their fucking dirty little fingers in all the pies. And now everyone's getting, like, fucking dysentery from eating the pie because they put their shit fingers in all the pie.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, why does no one want to buy our pie anymore?
The FBI, CIA can go out the same door.
I mean, at least the CIA is pointed at, like, foreign people, in theory.
We hope.
FBI is used against you and me. FBI is, like, in the country. They're the biggest law enforcement investigative fucking organization in the world. And they're basically the Stasi. They're the brown coats. They're the fucking secret police. Whatever they called them in Russia, I forget. Rounding people up and sending them to the gulags. Again, not exactly, but translate. Critically think. Is that what they're doing? Yes, it is. Why do we stand for it? Would our founding fathers have stood for a 1,000,000-man standing army pointed at the people to enforce bureaucratic laws?
No, they're rolling in their graves as we speak.
KGB, thank you, Bubby. Thank you, Bubby. Thank you, Bubby. The Gestapo. Jerry Nadler said Antifa is only an idea. Wasn't Nadler the one who shat himself on fucking live?
Yes, he was.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, these people who are in power are so old and senile and bought and paid for that they literally shit themselves on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And the TV is so bought and paid for that they don't even report on it.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. Just switch camera angles. Hold it, Susan. Oh, we got to hide that. Don't talk about that on the morning news.
Well, it was just like last night in Atlanta, Antifa set a cop car on fire, and they were saying it was a mostly peaceful protest again.
Well, because the people who listen to that shit don't look into it any further, and so they see that and they see, oh, the police are at it again, and they're getting these Antifa people who were just peacefully protesting. So I'm behind them, and I'm for what they want, and actually what they want is more statism, more government, more power, more control, but they're using it. It's like useful idiots, dude. Like, you make the guy do the thing so that you're justified in responding to the thing. Oh, there's all these people who are doing this stuff, these Antifa people. We need more power! And then they go to their fucking room and they draw up fucking plans to, like, I don't know, hire 87,000 IRS agents and shit like that. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see the pattern, you see how it works, you can't unsee it, right? Like it's like in front of your face and it's unignorable.
Next thing you know, they're gonna be asking for some actual tanks.
Oh, they already got those. Well, not tanks, but they got like
actual Abrams.
APCs.
No,
Oh, okay.
Abrams,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that'll be soon.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot about this. Thank you, Bubby. It says, fuck, Biden supposedly shit himself at the Vatican. You guys remember that one?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like someone talked about it, and then you never heard from them again.
Yeah. And didn't he also say live on air that he got his ass wiped?
I don't know about that one. But I did remember hearing that lady talking about smelling Biden's shit. The poop that came out of his butt.
How much is a presidential ass wiper pays?
I don't know. Would you really want that, though, honestly?
How much does the presidential ass wiper pays?
Congress.
Why are they still live? Jesus Christ.
What's happening now? Listen to it for a second.
Okay.
Who gives the sheriff the right to enforce the law?
So, yeah, but the sheriff doesn't have the enforce to make the law.
What law did the ATF make?
Huh?
What law in this case did the ATF make? I agree the ATF shouldn't be able to make laws, which is why they lost the Buckstock thing. I don't think the ATF should exist, much less be able to make laws. But
so you're saying there's a difference? There's a difference between modifying an existing law to suit your agenda.
What law was modified?
Okay, well then, redefining an object that up for many years, a decade.
Redefine an object. The object kept changing to where it was clearly now something else.
Oh my God!
Clearly now it's be put to your shoulder, and putting an item on a firearm pistol that is clearly designed to go to your shoulder was already illegal.
Okay, here's the sound of Yankee sucking the ATF's dick.
Yep. I told you play that at a good time. Oh man, that just pissed me off.
See, and people are dropping it.
That's why I unfollowed him. That's why I stopped subbing to a channel like fucking a year ago. Dude, anti-gun as fuck in a government shield.
And there's people dropping in $5 super chats like for the P and V. I mean, I guess it's for the puppies and not for your fucking argument. No, I won't go on Yankee's channel to slap him because it's so fucking frustrating, dude. It's just frustrating.
His narcissism leaks out.
And it becomes an argument of, it's like a contest rather than having a discussion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Huey lives in a van down by the river. Who the fuck is Huey?
I think that's the one he's supposed to be slapping the yank with.
Bjorn says, I would slap the yank. I will not win. He just mute me. Dude, that's what he did to me. Like, oh, I'll talk over you and like make my point. Okay, like I'll do that back to you then, Yankee, because you won't let me fucking talk. Oh, I got muted. Like this is equitable. I'll just never do it again. Like, he can come on the show anytime he wants, but I'm not going on Slap the Yank. That shit's retarded. Have you ever heard of people vacuum sealing guns for long-term storage for areas that are not ideal for guns? I guess like
later, Van Drake.
Underground.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Who's leaving?
Peter.
Van Drake's leaving.
Oh, see you, man.
See.
Have a good night.
I don't know. I don't live in one of those areas, and I'm not, like they make those like gun burial vault things that you can buy that basically do the same thing. They just seal it off from any moisture or air or oxygen or anything, and then you bury it 6 feet deep.
You could just do it like John Wick, buried under your slab in your fucking basement.
I always wanted to have like in Terminator 2 Judgment Day when they go down to Mexico and they meet up with their Mexican friend, and he just happens to have the basement of guns ready to go.
Right.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Hell
That's
yeah.
That's a fucking life goal right there.
Or what was it, Genesis, where he was preparing all those years and had that I don't know, it was like a missile silo or some shit that he had all set up with fucking armament and all kinds of cool shit.
Oh, they also say wrap the guns up in wax paper when burying, because anything, a plastic tube or something, can still sweat. So make sure you have wax paper on your guns, just in case anybody decided to do that.
That, or couldn't you just throw those packets of what the fuck
The
are they
balls
called?
and the small ball things.
Yeah, the silica gel pack.
Yeah.
Silica. Those guns are pretty cool. Those little silica gel gun things. And you take like a little handful of the like silica gel balls and throw it in a big pitcher of water. And now you got a pitcher of fucking ammo.
Yeah, they're kind of like little Orbeez or some shit.
How about some silicone implants? You can put those in there. Do some of the saline ones, implants. Just plop those on top of the gun.
There you go.
They stopped doing the silicone because it was giving women like cancer and shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, they moved to saline or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more harder than the other ones.
Yeah, I just want those titties to feel real. That's all.
Right. That's the only drawback.
Yeah.
The cancer.
Don't like fake titties.
Well, the other ones, yeah. Right, it's a little bit more like a boxing glove. feels like a boxing glove.
All right, are they still alive? Let's see.
We're trying to find. Let's just read it all here. The department disagrees with the assertion that the treatment of the NFA tax stamp as a transfer payment as opposed to a societal cost is spacious. According to the Office of Management and Budget, I'm going to make that. Hold on. The department disagrees with the commenter who suggested there will be financial implications resulting from the removal and replacement of imported parts for owners who imported pistols and added a stabilizing brace. The commenter incorrectly interpreted 18 U.S.C. 922R as requiring the removal and replacement of imported parts to comply with Section 922R. Section 922R generally makes it unlawful for any person to assemble from imported parts any semi-automatic rifle or shotgun, blah, 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 listed, blah, blah, blah. And 227 CFR 478.39 provides that a person may not assemble a semi-automatic shotgun using more than 10 of the imported parts listed in the relevant paragraphs of this regulation. The criminal violation under 18 U.S.C. 92R is for the assembly of semi-automatic rifles, therefore modifications of this kind of firearm through the removal of relevant.
Why is he arguing so hard for the ATF right now?
He wants a job.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. As someone who has made themselves have the public position of being a Second Amendment absolutist. Therefore, any decision that the ATF makes that infringes upon any right of any human being in this country for any reason should be directly against anything that he is, that's what he should be arguing against. And yet here we are. You call yourself a Second Amendment absolutist, but the second the ATF is like, hey, you guys are using that for a shoulder stock, we're going to make that illegal. He's like, yep, you shouldn't have done that. You should have known. You shouldn't have bought that where you're at, you dumbass. Fuck you. Pay your fucking money. Do the thing. They're not after you. Like, fuck, dude. Of course they are. Of course they are. Whatever. What is this that Smoke is saying here? Yankee tells that story, but Yeager's the one that backs down. The Odin one. Yeah, I mean, I never really had a problem with Yeager. I thought he fucking said some dumb shit sometimes, but I don't know. He kind of argued like a prick too, though, to be honest. I guess that's my problem with Yankee, is the way that he argues. Like, you argue like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Particularly, like if you want to have a different position or whatever, and you have your reasons for it, that's fine. Be able to argue that position. But if you can't argue that position without being a fucking cocksucker, like, fuck you. Dead Horse says, Yankee, the missing DD-214 Marshal, will never admit that he's wrong about anything. It's true.
I mean, when has he ever been wrong?
What is
Never. Never.
What is that reference to? Missing DD-214?
The DD-214 is what you get when you get out of the military.
Oh. Right, because he was discharged from the military for some reason. I don't think it was dishonorably discharged. It was just discharged.
Oh, I think he was honorably discharged. But I could be wrong, so I'm not sure.
Shoot 6-rounder better than an 11-rounder gun. Which good to get? That is some English right there.
Well, his name is Cletus.
Cletus Buttnicks.
Cletus.
I mean, I say carry the gun that you shoot the best. You should carry the biggest gun that you're comfortable carrying, in my opinion, because the bigger the gun, the easier it is in general to shoot, the easier it is to be accurate with, the more powerful it can be, the more rounds it can hold, all that stuff. You carry like the smallest, tiniest gun that you can possibly carry. Those things are hard to shoot. Good for concealing, hard for accuracy. Military intelligence, my ass. Washed out of boot is more like it. I mean, what was he in for 2 years? Not even?
Really?
Yeah, I think he said it's about 2 years he was in military intelligence.
Oh,
that's why
military intelligence 2 years. Okay.
According to him, that's why the government wouldn't release the footage around the Pentagon when that shit happened, because they don't have to.
They don't have to
because he was in military intelligence.
They wouldn't release that to you just because you ask about it. Who are you to ask? Oh, the American people, right? Okay. Although he is right when it comes down to like the Zapruder film, right? When you look at the Kennedy assassination, and at the time, and this is why there were so many people of that generation who were conspiracy theorists when it came to the Kennedy assassination, was because they were all told a sequence of events that happened, very specific, very clear, but they weren't allowed to see the Zapruder film for years. It was like a decade later that finally became public. Everybody saw it for the first time, and they were like, we have been lied to for the past decade by the government. Subtle lies, it wasn't like, wasn't as obvious, but if you really paid attention, you really cared about it, Kennedy was your guy, you liked him, he got assassinated, you heard the story, you put that shit to memory, you see that film, what they said was different than what happened. And people were pissed about that for a long time, justifiably. And that's why there are so many people, like boomer generation people, who believe that the government assassinated fucking Kennedy. Which I'm not saying that they're wrong. Is Yankee is live? Is.
The comment section of the document.
Do people still go to Reddit?
I don't even know Reddit. I don't even know what it is, but I've heard of it.
I don't even know what Reddit is, but I'm right. I'm the Yankee Marshal.
Yeah, for me, all this shit is about as clear as mud. don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like you're missing something. But again, I hope you're right. I hope you're right on the money on it.
Yeah, the actual decision is up in the first like 30-something pages, where they actually show you pictures and give you explanations. And then when you get down to a certain port here, counterbalancing, blah blah blah. Let me get through all the pictures. And then you get into things like comments and support, comments opposed, and the ATF's responses to those comments. That's not the order or the new ruling, period. It's just reprinting the stuff that, comments that came in on the website, etc.
So just I'll ask one final question, because I know you've been on forever tonight, and I know it's my fault. So I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you taking the time. But
no problem.
If I'm right with the photo thing, and the ATF says, yeah, you can register this as an SBR, but you have to keep it in the configuration that it's in, and that means you have to keep the brace on it. If they did say that, I know, but if that was what this whole thing was about, would you still think that the course people should take is to grab the free stamp and move forward that way?
If they want to be legal, that would be the only option they would have. If they don't want to destroy
no, I mean that the option they have is destroy the brace, or like you said, shut up.
Legal, or just shut up.
Right.
Well, I still believe they have those three options, just like they would.
Right. So you think it would be worth having an SBR with a pistol brace on it? A registered tax stamp SBR.
I'd just throw the pistol brace away and not bother with registering it. At least that would be my official position, that I threw it away.
Right.
Right.
Throw your hard-earned money away that you paid for the brace.
Well, as we were saying before, that doesn't even work, right? Because I know of pistol braces, let's say, that have a specific buffer tube, that if you have that buffer tube on there still, even if you throw away the brace, doesn't count. So now you got to throw away the buffer tube also, replace it with a new one, or get a 16-inch barrel, or destroy it, or jump through their hoops, and hopefully it works out. I think I'm just going to be buying some 16-inch barrels and having them, constructive possession kind of thing. I don't know, man. This whole shit's bullshit. That's what I know. I think the answer is each individual's fucking responsibility to come up with the answer for themselves. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody what they should do. I'm not going to sit here and tell people, oh, you should stand up to that and do the exact opposite, or you should send your stuff into the ATF and it'll work out, or because I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? I don't know how this is going to work out for anybody, whether they comply, whether they don't comply, whether they, do the thing to make it legal, whatever it is. Like, I don't know how the fuck that's going to work out.
It's not. It's an infringement.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to tell anybody what they should do, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the authority and I know what's going to happen. And I read that thing, and I know exactly how the ATF's going to do things from here forward because I used to be in this and that and blah, 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 blah. Because if you're wrong, well, the thing is, if you're wrong, you look like a piece of fucking shit. Mm-hmm. And people are going to hate you for a really long time because you gave them really bad advice because you really didn't know.
Mm-hmm. But I think he's just asking a lot to trust the government these days. Back, how we were talking about earlier with, registering the machine guns and getting the tax stamp and everything. That was a different atmosphere back then compared to now. And
well, that being said, the same argument was being made then.
It was.
And what did the government do then? Like, maybe he's right. I don't fucking know. Am I going to tell you that he's right and that you should trust the government? No, I'm not, because I'm not sure that that's correct. I don't know.
Don't know at all. All I know is I say fuck the ATF.
Yeah,
I mean the AFT.
They aft.
And if you want to, send all your pistol braces to Never Enough Ammo at P.O. Box 123.
See, I saw this, and this gave me some sort of hope. The Congressional Review Act gives GOP House opportunity to stop ATF stabilizer brace rule. That's from Breitbart. I don't know what the Congressional Review Act is. I assume that means that Congress has the ability to review actions by their government agencies, by their three-letter agencies or whatever. But it seems to me with, Republicans in control of the House, maybe they could do something about it. I don't know.
Maybe.
From my understanding, the Congressional Review Act is basically, specifically the House, has the ability to overturn any alphabet agency ruling that they want, as long as it's a joint resolution.
But it's a ruling. It's not law. It shouldn't have any standing regardless. So it should just get smacked down immediately.
It should, but the whole point is that they actually have oversight to be like, no, this is an alphabet agency. They don't have the right to make law or anything like that. This is just a ruling. We can overturn this ruling.
Yeah.
Hank P says, "Will you have slapped the mark?" Timmy from down the street asked. Sure. There used to be this retarded kid named Timmy who lived down the street. That's kind of funny that you chose that name and from down the street.
Do you foresee anything happening with the legislation that Matt Gaetz has put forth about abolishing the ATF?
No. Think about it. Are they in control of the Senate?
I know. I'm just asking.
Yes or no? Are they in control of the White House?
Hell no. Not yet.
What are the chances of them passing that then?
Oh, it's not. I'm just
so it's not like okay. Answer to question. Yankees chat just ended. Wow. Yeah, now we're finally over 100 people watching for the first time all night. Like fucking Yankee.
Yeah, it's way past his bedtime.
Oh shit. Can I show this on the internet?
You already did. It's too late. Why ask a rhetorical question?
This is so wrong. So wrong. Doing that beautiful queen that way.
I'm trans electric. I'm an ally. Oh, this one's funny. It was at this moment Louis realized why Rob had bought him lunch every day for the past 2 years. Eric says, I just got ear cancer from listening to the dude argue with Yankee. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like this whole ATF pistol ban brace thing that they're doing should get turned over in courts, just like the fucking bump stock ban did. Yeah.
Yes.
You would think, yeah.
What is the difference in how those laws were implemented and why they will get overturned that makes it different? I don't know. Which is why I'm kind of leaning towards, well, maybe I'll just buy a 16-inch barrel and I'll have that shit on there. And then, like, if anyone ever comes to my house, they'll be like, yep, here's my gun with a 16-inch barrel. Fucking suck my dick, ATF agent. And then when it finally gets overturned, I'll just put on my old barrel again, you know?
At least you can have something you can put a 16-inch barrel on. Not here in Illinois anymore.
Yeah, well, Illinois is fucked. You should get the fuck out of there, bro.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a while.
Oh no! If we win the court case, that means Chicago also has to apply to this too. So you never know.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of holding my breath and waiting for fucking Colorado to drop all their bullshit too. So I say like get out of Chicago, but it's like
right.
Get out of Colorado. Like fuck me.
Pretty soon it's gonna be what? Get out of Texas. Another 10 years.
I fucking hope not. Where would we go? At that point, where would be the best place to go?
I don't know. See, they moving into Montana.
Idaho, since they only got Idaho's got one gun law on the book, so maybe there.
They're moving into Arizona. That's gonna be gone. So
Josh T says next time Biden is on TV, I bet he starts laughing and says, "I am the Senate."
Actually, maybe we'll take California back since everybody moving out.
Well, they're trying to split it right now.
Dude, they still have more people moving into California than out. They just happen to be from like Mexico and shit.
Right.
But California is going to go from being one of the richest states to, on average, per capita, not anymore. I don't think. Because everyone with money is getting the fuck out.
Yep.
Everybody with the means is like, yeah, I don't really like all these floods and fires and mass shootings and crime and
the lack of water
and homeless people everywhere and trash and shitty laws and liars and thieves. Like, I think I'm gonna go somewhere new.
Why don't we just give like the lower part of like cut California completely in half and give the lower portion back to Mexico?
I'm down with that.
Daniel says it's a felony to go from rifle back to pistol, dumb motherfucker. Well, okay. I'm not going to say what I'm going to do then, because, fuck you. They're my guns. I'll do what I want. It's my money, and I want it now.
I don't even have any guns, so I have no argument here.
I know, right?
Right, yeah, all my guns got fucking jacked last night.
I never bought any, so.
Yeah, I lost mine on that hike through the woods.
Oh, yeah.
During skiing, somewhere in the mountains.
When I was skiing, they're buried in an avalanche now.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. So I feel like the ATF's going to become.
Right.
These guys are like, hey, we've been trying to reach you about your extended barrel that you put on your gun. You can't make that a pistol again. Because it was a pistol to begin with, you fuck ass, and you never fucking saw it in the meantime. When I had a 16-inch barrel on it, you never came to my house to fucking look at it. Since you never looked at it, you never knew that it was anything else but a pistol, and now it's a pistol again. That's my answer. We learned a new word on Yankees chat. What is this word?
Assaulty.
It's a little bit assaulty.
Like a salty type weapon? Is that what he was saying? I don't know this assault weapon. It's just kind of a salty like weapon-ish. Kinda. Indiana's very gun friendly. For now. Isn't Indiana all fucking blue too?
I don't.
They are a
think
weird
so.
state.
Yeah.
They have constitutional carry and stand your ground, or not stand your ground. They have constitutional carry and red flag laws together as one. Red flag was first in like 2020-ish, I think, or 19, somewhere in there, and then they got constitutional carry last year.
Dude, red flag laws are the worst thing to happen to gun rights since like 1986 or whatever.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, the douchebag who was trying to pass gun regulations in our last General Assembly is now officially throwing his hat in the race for the U.S. Senate against Sherrod Brown. His name's Matt Dolan. He's the motherfucker whose family owns the Cleveland Indians.
Well, good luck to him.
Yeah, I hope everybody primaries his ass in this race next year.
The only reason why the government would want to disarm you after 243 years is because they intend to do something that you would shoot them for.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. No way.
That's weird. Who says that?
All right. What would you have to fear from your government?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, democide, death by government, wasn't the number one killer in the 20th century, was it? Oh, wait.
It's debatable.
I mean, it was either that or malaria. I'm not sure. One of the two. This is.
Dang, look at that dang. That a big old ding dong there, you know what I'm saying?
Man, they really captured Martin Luther King's good side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other side looks like he's eating someone's ass.
Looks like a child's hand holding
holding a pickle.
Yeah, that's
pickle. Holding a giant Boston baked bean.
The Swedish fish is what that is.
Turd nugget.
A Tootsie Roll.
Italian tennis star Camilla Giorgi has been accused of using fake COVID vaccine certificate. And I wrote, I am in love. She's pretty, too. Look at her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good white woman stock right there.
Yeah, that's the best white woman stock.
Yeah.
Although she's Italian. Is that white?
No.
Close enough.
Barely.
Well, there's apparently some doctor that was busted for giving kids, it was like 2,000 or so kids fake COVID vaccines.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how many. It was like 60,000 people or something like that. It wasn't just kids.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't just kids? Okay.
Yeah, like everyone who came in to get a COVID vaccine, he's like, yep, here you go.
Shooting saline in the arms and then giving them the fake papers. The fake vaccine cards or whatever they're called.
He's not the hero that we wanted, but he was the hero we needed.
When I was at my doctor's appointment last week, they only asked that I wanted a flu shot.
Fuck no.
I still said no. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I don't trust any of that shit anymore because who's to say they're not putting that shit in quote unquote flu shots or whatever. So they can take all that shit and shove it up their fucking candy asses.
All right, what do you guys think about this video that I'm about to play? Pay attention. Pay attention. Class?
Don't tell me what to do.
Yes.
When are you going to apologize for the million Iraqis that are dead because you lied? You lied about weapons of mass destruction. You lied about connections to 9/11. You lied about Iraq being a threat. You sent me to Iraq. You sent me to Iraq in 2003. My friends are dead. Shut the top deal. You killed people. You lied. You lied about WMD. A million Iraqis are dead because you lied. My friends are dead because you lied. You need to apologize. Apologize.
A bunch of NPCs just sitting there.
Need to do more than apologize.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Try for war crimes.
Yep.
I mean, as far as I can tell, the United States in the past 25 years, I won't say 21 years, 22 years, since 9/11, has committed more war crimes than every other country on the planet combined. I can't think of another country. I mean, maybe limited Russia, what's going on in Ukraine, some of what they're doing is probably a war crime on some level to some people, you know. But conversely, some of the things that Ukraine's doing to Russia, right? Like capturing Russian dudes, killing them, calling their wife and making fun of her while they're like pissing on their dead husband or whatever. guess what? That's a war crime. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Like, Geneva Convention is a thing. And, I mean, you look at with the jibby jab and all that stuff, I think we're looking at Nuremberg level fucking shit. That if Nuremberg were taken seriously and applied the way that it was supposed to be, you'd have trials going on right now, and you'd have people being hung right now. And I'm not going to say who, and I'm not going to say why, and I'm not going to say that it even should happen, YouTube, because, you know, like, that's just the way it is. You can't fucking talk about this stuff because you get a strike. But yeah, I mean, we are in dire circumstances. We are in a crazy period of time. We're in a transitional period of time where wealth and power are being taken from one country, from one group of people, and given to others. We don't know what the ramifications of that will be. We don't know what our lifestyle is going to become as a result of that. We don't know how difficult things are going to be in this country moving forward. And I don't think anyone, myself included, even knows what to do about it. Like, what do you do about all this shit? It seems like the more you try to do something, the more you just make yourself a target for the people who are in power and want to continue doing their thing. So, and
meanwhile, the general public don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because the general public is so uninformed and misinformed that you could be, you know, on the Titanic telling them to get on the boat, and they're laughing in your face, calling you a fucking conspiracy theorist. The ship's not going to sink.
Nope.
It's like, okay, well, you lead the horse to water, but they ain't drinking.
No, but you can drown the motherfucker.
No, you can't. Because then they'll come after you for drowning the horse.
Yeah.
I was being sarcastic, I know.
No, the horse going to drown itself.
Well, I don't even know what to. I don't know what to make of all this stuff going on right now. I do know that we need to be prepared. Maybe it's time to change tactics slightly, be a little bit quieter about certain things and a little bit louder about others, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the way things are going are not good.
No, it's not.
And the final destination seems like something out of a horror movie. As my son just screamed. Did you hear that?
I did. I was kind of sound like Xanatos off in the distance.
Are they beating each other up over there?
A wild Xanatos takes it from behind.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Nah, that's when you rack the G20, get the 10 mil loaded. Who's behind me?
Ooh. I stand behind Alec Baldwin. All right, guys. Well, we've been going an hour and 40 minutes. Kids have school in the morning. I got shit to do. It's 10 o'clock here. So we're going to go ahead and wind this one down, wind it out, ring it out, string it out, lay it out, and fuck it.
Giggity.
Giggity.
Giggity goo.
But I do appreciate everyone being here tonight. I do appreciate you listening to my rantings and ravings, my mad rantings of Mark.
Incoherent thoughts.
What is this show called again? I don't even remember.
Man,
Mark my words.
Mark my
Yeah,
words.
mark my words. This shit's about to get bad. But I hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys have something going on, and you got a plan. You got some people around you, because that's the only thing that's going to help you is the people that you surround yourself with. So make sure that you get your circle and get that circle bigger. Widen that circle. Stretch it out.
Make sure you buy all the canned food. Have your bug out bags or bug in equipment ready.
Bug in, man. I feel like bugging in is better than bugging out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially within, say something does happen, like the first few weeks, you definitely would want to bug in because shit's going to go bad quick.
Now, if you live in
You
the
don't want to
city,
be caught
bug
on the
out.
outside.
Right, unless you live in a big city, bug out.
But even then, everybody's going to want to leave.
Yeah, everyone's going to bug out. So now you just brought the city to the out.
No,
exactly.
No, just for the listeners here. if you're in the city, bug out. Now everybody else in the city can stay.
Come out of her, my people. O Babylon, thou hast fallen. All right, I'm ending it.
Yep.
I'm ending it. Bye. Night, everybody.
Point
Night.
us.